Good evening, everyone. Hope so I'm audible. Please respond in the chat box if I'm audible and if the screen is visible to all. All right. Good evening to Tanu, Mudit, Devyani, Ria, Nimisha, Khushi, Jyoti, Vedant, right, and to rest others. All right. All right. Great. So, guys, welcome to today's session, dated 30th of April 2022. What are we going to discuss today? So I've handpicked three important issues to be covered today. So first, we are going to look into the detailing of 14th India-Japan Summit, very important for us. And as far as the bilateral relation and the Indo-Pacific region is concerned. Second, we are going to understand what is this group which was recently in news that is called as Bucharest 9 or B9. What is its relevancy? Why did it appear in news? And then the third issue that we are going to cover up is the very important first India Central Asia Summit. All right. Okay. And at the end of the day, as usual, we are going to solve some important MCQs. All right. So let's begin with today's session. All right, guys. So the first, now, why is it important? Why is it important? It is important because both the countries, that is India and Japan, both countries are observing or celebrating the 70th anniversary of establishment of our diplomatic relationship. Very important. First fact that we must remember that both countries are observing 70th anniversary of the establishment of our diplomatic relations. First, now both countries agreed or made agreements in which fields. Now let's see for that. First of all, India supported the Japan's candidature for the non-permanent seat at UNSC for which term? For the term that will begin in the year 2023 till the year 2024. First fact we must remember. The second fact, sorry, we must remember. Then the next fact that because by the virtue both countries are the part of that strategic group called as what? G4 group, right? So both have agreed, made an agreement to persuade and to aggressively boost the reform agenda at United Nations Security Council, that is the resolution of G4. It should be pushed. All right. So can you tell me in which year G4 tabled or introduced its resolution for expansion of UNSC and other reforms? In which year? Can you tell me the year? All right. So please respond in the chat box. Meanwhile, I'll move ahead with the story. So both countries, guys, have agreed to step forward to address the issue of humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. Apart from that, both countries, very importantly, have agreed to push forward the ASEAN's 5-point consensus. What is ASEAN's 5-point consensus? This ASEAN's 5-point consensus is actually with respect to the restoration of political stabilization in which country? In Myanmar. All right. Very important fact. Please do remember, ASEAN's 5-point consensus is a policy of ASEAN launched for stabilization of the political affairs and democracy in Myanmar. All right. Next, both countries reaffirmed the importance of UNSC resolution number 2593, which was taken up by UNSC in the year 2021. Can you tell me in the chat box? This resolution was based upon which agenda? What was the issue of this resolution? Very good. So I can already see the answers to my first question that I asked. So Tanmay and all right. So Himang, Archana, Tanmay, Ali, Agastya, Kunal, Devyani, Nimisha, Akshata, Preet, Athar, Shashwat, Gargi, and Ria have responded correctly. So guys, the importance of UNSCR resolution number 2593, this is in the context of re-Talibanization, all right, of Afghanistan. Re-Talibanization of Afghanistan. Re-Talibanization of Afghanistan. Exactly. So again, Riya, Himank, Akshata, Gargi, Khushi, and Tanmay are giving the correct answers, right? Then both the countries have made a concurrent commitment to complete denuclearization process of North Korea, which is a huge cause of concern in this Indo-Pacific region. All right. Now, moving ahead, beyond this, both countries have appreciated the positive and constructive outcome of first 2+2 meeting of their foreign and defense ministers in November 2019, which was scheduled at New Delhi. And both countries have instructed their counterpart ministers to hold the second meeting at the earliest opportunity at which venue? At Tokyo. Okay. Yes. All right. Now, then what else we must remember? India, Japan both agreed to move ahead on the vision statement, bilateral vision statement that was issued by both the countries in the year 2018. Guys, these facts are very, very important. All right. Then, as usually, UNCLOS and rule-based maritime order in East and South China Sea. Obviously, the message is directly given to the People Republic of China. All right. Then both countries have appreciated the constructive engagement in the joint defense exercises like Dharma Guardian and Malabar. Guys, can you tell me in which joint defense exercise, Japan participated for the very first time in this year 2022, which was hosted by India? Please tell me in the chat box. Which was that joint defense exercise hosted by India in which Japan participated for the very first time? Good evening to Plat fan. All right. Okay. So guys, I'm waiting for your response. And let me give you a hint. If you are still guys, the venue of this joint defense exercise, ruk jao, wait, no, you are Quad, no. The venue of this exercise was Vishakhapatnam. Now, if you can tell me, jaldi se bataiye. Vishakhapatnam. Very good. Pehla answer aa gaya mere paas. Mudit gave me the correct answer. Beta Vishakhapatnam. Isse bada hint nahi de sakta main. 40+ countries they participated in this exercise. What is this? This was exercise. Ab aa gaya na correct answer. Very good. So after Mudit, Agast, Achal, Samriddhi, Khushi, Kshitij, Riya, Kunal, Nimisha, Bhave, Himang, and Sanjana. All of you got it correct, right? So, Milan exercise. Please do remember, Japan for the very first time participated in this particular exercise. Then both countries agreed upon to move forward with what? Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative, IPOI, very important, Indo-Pacific Oceans Initiative. Both countries agreed to cooperate through the next Quad Leaders Summit in which country? In Japan. So next summit is scheduled at Japan in the upcoming months. That means in the year of 2022. Then both countries have also agreed upon to persuade United Nations for an early adoption of what? Early adoption of the Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism. It is a very strategic, you can say, initiative in a very constructive direction. All right. Given the fact, the nature of terrorist activities which India is facing in past so many decades. Then guys, next, both countries observed or celebrated the launch of India-Japan Clean Energy Partnership. India-Japan Clean Energy Partnership. Then beyond that, both countries agreed for establishing the joint crediting mechanism, right? If you could remember, in the Kyoto Protocol, we had this idea of emission trading, right? So that idea was retained in the Paris Agreement in Article number 6 that you already should be knowing, right? So both countries have agreed for implementation of Article 6 of the Paris Agreement and establishing joint crediting mechanism. All right, next, What else? So India, the government of India has appreciated, we have very strongly appreciated the Japanese cooperation in India's smart cities missions. Guys, can you tell me in the chat box that in which year the smart city mission was launched? First, you have to tell me smart city mission kis year mein aaya tha, and second, you have to tell me that there is a recent initiative called as SAR, SAAR. It was launched in 2022, and it was a joint initiative of which two entities? SAR program, SAAR program was jointly launched by which two entities? Very good. So I'm already getting answer. Again, Mudit ने पहले आंसर किया, Ali, Archana, Agast, Nimisha, Himang, Akshita, Anchal, Shashwat, and Bhavi. Absolutely correct. So it was the year of 2015. Guys, I'm waiting for your next answer. All right. So under the smart city mission, we have appreciated the Japanese cooperation, where in three cities: Varanasi, Ahmedabad, and Chennai. Please do remember these three cities. So this time I got the first answer from Himang. Very good. What about others? Which two entities jointly launched SAR program? Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs along with National Institution of Housing and Urban Affairs. All right, that is the correct answer. All right, guys. Next, Japan. Very importantly, Japan would now be joining what? Indian Swedish Climate Initiative, that is LEAD IT. What is LEAD IT? Leadership Group for Industrial Transformation. Very important. Leadership Group for Industrial Transformation. It is a joint initiative of India and the government of Sweden. And this we pitched at a very high platform called as COP26. We appealed to the nations of the world to participate in this heavy industry transition. All right. Next, meaningful outcomes. Both countries have agreed to take 12th WTO Ministerial Conference, which is an upcoming conference in the year of 2022. 2022 में ये Ministerial Conference होना है. ये पहले ही होना था, but then because of pandemic it was deferred. Can you tell me what is the decided venue of this WTO Ministerial Conference, 12th WTO Ministerial Conference? I'll wait for your answers in the chat box. All right. Yes. Both countries, you can say, celebrated the fact that when way back in the year 2014, Japan set an investment target of 3.5 trillion Japanese yen. That target was achieved. All right. So now, building upon that success, both countries have signed 6 agreements. To realize the 5 trillion yen investment in public and private mode from Japan to India in next 5 years. All right. So do remember, 5 trillion Japanese yen to be invested in next 5 years. All right. So Kshitij, Gargi, Ali, Preet, Shashwat, Anchal, Akshata, Bhave, Nimisha, Sindhuja. Yes. All right. Next is in March 1995. Very important, guys. Shannon mandate. Both countries have agreed to push the Shannon mandate, which was taken up in March 1995. What is this Shannon mandate? The outcome of this Shannon mandate was the establishment of an ad hoc committee for what? For ban on the production of fissile material for nuclear weapons or other nuclear explosive devices. You must have heard about a treaty which is being negotiated called as FMCT, guys. FMCT, fissile material, right? Cessation Treaty. So FMCT is an outcome of which mandate? Shannon mandate. Please do remember that. All right. Next is what? Next is, right. Both countries then welcomed the renewal of their bilateral currency swap agreement of the valuation $75 billion. All right. Then both countries have recalled the establishment of India-Japan Industrial Competitiveness Partnership, IJICP, which was announced in November 2021. All right, very recent update, so we must remember it. Next, India interestingly welcomed the approval of imports of Japanese apples. अब हम Japanese apples खाएंगे और Japanese people को हम क्या खिलाएंगे? Indian mangoes. All right. So the export regime and the rules and procedures have been relaxed. Right. So, all right. So Clad fan has also responded correctly. All right. Okay. Now let's come to the next part. तो क्या हुआ? Both countries then the government of India has appreciated the satisfaction that Japan is providing us in which project? In Mumbai Ahmedabad high speed rail project. Very important. And then now the Japanese cooperation is moving ahead in which other project? The Patna Metro project. Okay, Patna Metro project. Well, Hemang, currency swap agreement क्या है कि in case जब भी इंडिया को बैलेंस ऑफ पेमेंट क्राइसिस होगा तो हम क्या कर सकते हैं? हम जापान से हम करेंसी एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं, स्वैप कर सकते हैं, उनसे डिमांड कर सकते हैं अप टू द वैल्यू ऑफ $75 billion. Got it? So this is in context of the BOP crisis if ever India faces such an issue. All right. Now come to this. Indian Prime Minister, what we have to remember, Indian Prime Minister virtually inaugurated a Japanese Zen Garden Kaizen Academy, where at Ahmedabad Management Association, in which state? In the state of Gujarat. All right, in the state of Gujarat. So all these projects and initiatives and facts are important for us. Moving ahead, both countries welcomed the launch of India-Japan initiative for sustainable development of northeastern region. This makes this very, very important. So now Japan will be helping us out in the northeastern region. All right, in the northeastern region. Next is this particular Indo-Japan initiative for northeastern region. It will specifically focus on the initiative for strengthening the bamboo value chain under the national bamboo policy. All right, chain where in northeast. Please do remember this. And also cooperation in the fields like healthcare, forest resource management, connectivity, and tourism in different states of northeastern region. Then finally, the Prime Minister Modi has confirmed India's participation where in Expo 2025, which is going to be scheduled at Osaka, Kansai, Japan, as an opportunity for India to further strengthen and broaden the trade, bilateral trade, investment, and people-to-people ties between these two countries. All right. So this is, I guess, what we had to learn from this 14th Indo-Japan Summit. Guys, now moving to the next one, Bucharest 9. What is Bucharest 9? So Bucharest 9 is a group of 9 NATO countries. Okay, very important. Bucharest 9 is a group of 9 NATO countries where in Eastern Europe that became a part of US-led military alliance after the end of Cold War. So Bucharest 9 or B9 format was founded in which year? So if you cannot remember the date, no need to remember the date, just remember the year. That it was the year of 2015. That was just an year after the Russia's invasion into Ukraine. Please do remember that. Okay. So it takes its name from Bucharest, which is the capital of which country? Romania. All right, Romania. So the group was created on the initiative of Klaus Lohannes, who has been the president of Romania since the year 2014, and Andrzej Duda, who became the president of Poland in August 2015. Please do remember that it was a vision of these two luminaries. One was Klaus Lohannes, the president of Romania, and Andrzej Duda, who was the president of Poland. All right. Okay. Now moving ahead. B9. Which countries are the part of B9? So please do remember Romania, Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Slovakia, and the 3 Baltic republics, of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Right? Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. All members of the B9, all the members of B9 are part of which two institutions? Please do remember, European Union and NATO. Okay. So these 9 countries are the members to these two important institutions. Then guys, next, all 9 countries were once closely associated with now dissolved Soviet Union, but later chose the path of democracy. So what is common in these countries? That once they were the part of erstwhile USSR. All right. Now, moving ahead, what are the functions of B9? Well, as a group, it offers a platform for deepening the dialogue and consultation among the participant allied states in order to articulate their self-contribution to ongoing processes across NATO, that is North Atlantic Alliance. All right. It works in total compliance and principles with the charter of NATO. Okay. Its policy is concurrence with NATO. All right. So what is their vision? What is their idea? Their idea is to criticize the president Vladimir Putin's aggression against Ukraine when the war in the Donbas started and Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula. All right. So Shashwat is saying, sir, Crimea, not Ukraine. Guys, so Shashwat, as per the government of Ukraine, although Russia was not directly present in the Donbas region, but Russia supported militias are present. All right. So yes. So after the Russian invasion of Ukraine on 24th February, the B9 met where? It met in Warsaw. So please do remember, inki meeting kahan par hui hai? Their meeting was scheduled at Warsaw, Poland. Ukraine's president has also appealed to the B9 for defense, aid, sanctions, pressure, and on the aggressor Russia, and create one anti-war coalition. So just briefly remember that this was a part of you can say recent Russia-Ukraine event. Because of this, Bucharest 9 was in news. Now guys, let's move to the third issue. Third topic is very important for India's access to the Central Asia and its relationship. That is first India Central Asia Summit. All right. So let's see what happened at the summit. So what are the outcomes of the summit? So India congratulated, first of all, leaders of Central Asian countries on what? On 30th anniversary of their state independence out of USSR. Then these countries have agreed along with India to hold such India Central Asia Summit in every 2 years. All right. So first fact that you have to remember, that both sides, that is the Central Asian countries and India, have agreed to hold an annual summit in every 2 years. Next, these countries have offered, you can say they have welcomed the offer of India to establish what? India Central Asia Center, at which place? At New Delhi, which would act as the secretariat for India Central Asia Summit. Very important. So New Delhi is proposed to be the secretariat of India Central Asia Dialogue. All right. Then there has been a proposal for creation of India Central Asia India Central Asia Parliamentary Forum. All right. Then these Central Asian economies have appreciated our Prime Minister's approach, that was One Health, One Earth and One Health approach. All right. ये same idea हमने pitch किया था at the Davos summit of World Economic Forum. All right. So please do remember, One Earth, One Health. All right. Now let's move ahead. Then both sides have agreed for implementation of what? For implementation of high impact community development projects. High impact community development projects for what? For socio-economic development in Central Asian countries based on the grants that will be provided by India to these countries. All right. Guys, in the chat box, can you tell me, just before this first India and Central Asia Summit, China offered what value of aid to these Central Asian economies? You have to tell me in the chat box what value of aid was announced or proposed by China to the Central Asian economy just before this first India Central Asia Summit. All right. Apart from this, both sides have agreed to utilize $1 billion line of credit that was announced by India in the year 2020, which is intended to be spent on the infrastructure development projects in these Central Asian countries. All right. Next, both sides have called upon to consider joining these connectivity initiatives. Like what? Like these Central Asian economies have supported India's proposal to include which port? Very important port, the Chabahar port of Iran, the Chabahar port of Iran, and the Turkmenistan's proposal to include the Turkmenbashi port. All right, ये दो ports आपको याद रखने हैं, Chabahar port number 1 and Turkmenbashi port to be included where? In the framework of INSTC, International North-South Transport Corridor. All right. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Okay. So very good, guys. All right. So I can see everybody is responding absolutely correct. Vrinda, Achal, Gargi, Akshata. Right. So पहला आंसर आया था मेरे पास अली, अमे, सिंधुजा, वैभव, प्रीत, समृद्धि, right? All right. So yes. Now these leaders noted the positive results of the high-level international conference that was scheduled or held on July 2021 in the city of Tashkent, with the idea Central and South Asia regional connectivity challenges and opportunities. All right. Do remember the name of the conference and do remember the venue of this conference. Then very importantly, अभी देखो कोल क्राइसिस चल रहा है इंडिया में, ठीक है? तो इंडिया की एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम क्या है? एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी. सो बोथ साइड्स हैव स्ट्रेस्ड द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ व्हाट? तापी गैस लाइन प्रोजेक्ट. गाइस, कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट डज द अल्फाबेट T stands for in तापी? Which country is there with the alphabet T? We know I stands for India, P for Pakistan, A for Afghanistan. What does T stands for? Is it Tajikistan or is it Turkmenistan? Please respond in the chat box. All right. Meanwhile, moving ahead, India has welcomed the interest of the Central Asian economies to utilize the services of what? Shahid Beheshti terminal of which port? Chabahar port. Very good. So again, Himang, Bhave, Ali, Kshitij, Akshita, Archana, Tanmay, Gargi, Preet, Akshata, Ame, Sindhuja, Achal, Vrinda, Sashwat, Daksh, Tanmay and Samriddhi have given the correct answer. All right. So T stands for Turkmenistan. All right. So please do remember the Shahid Beheshti terminal being developed at Chabahar port. All right. Then both sides have proposed for the establishment of IT and ITES task force. What is IT? IT stands for information technology and ITES stands for information technology enabled services. Okay. Information technology enabled services. Guys, can you tell me India UAE decided to form which task force? These countries have decided to establish ITES task force, but India and UAE have decided to form which task force under the SEPA agreement? Please respond in the chat box. All right. Next, both sides have supported the hosting at Samarkand of the 25th session of the General Assembly of World Tourism Organization. In which year? In the year of 2023. So please do remember, 2023 Samarkand will be the venue of 25th session of General Assembly of World Tourism Organization. Again, one more question I'm going to ask you. That United Nations World Tourism Organization gave which village the best tourism village of India? This award was given to which village of India? Please respond in the chat box. All right. Next, Kazakhstan expressed the gratitude to our Prime Minister for co-deployment of the Kazakh troops within Indian battalion, where in United Nations interim force to be stationed where? In which country, guys? Lebanon. Very good. So मुद्दत ने correct answer दिया है, पोचमपल्ली. And शाश्वत का आंसर आगे जो मैंने पहले क्वेश्चन पूछा था, it was very good. हाइड्रोजन टास्क फोर्स, हाइड्रोजन टास्क फोर्स है ना. And पोचमपल्ली is the correct answer. मुद्दत, अक्षता, क्षितिज, अर्चना, निमिषा, रिया, गार्गी, अक्षता, शाश्वत, आंचल, हिमांग, समृद्धि, अमया, भावे, प्रीत, Devansh, Vrinda, and Khushi ne correct answer. Yeah, absolutely. So the answer to my question was Pochampalli. All right, guys. Next, both sides have welcomed the outcomes, positive outcomes of what? Delhi Regional Security Dialogue on Afghanistan held in November 2021. All right. Then the proposal of Tajikistan to hold an international conference within the framework of what? Dushanbe process on countering the financing of terrorism. This conference will be held in October 2022 in Dushanbe, and this is very important for India because I hope you are understanding. This is a policy for isolation of Pakistan and for India's diplomatic efforts to keep Pakistan in the grey list of FATF. Very good. So हाँ जी, so तन्मय रिया ने ये भी बता दिया है that yes, Pochampalli is famous for the ikat sari, right? All right, let's move ahead. Again, यहाँ पर भी इस summit में भी both sides have reaffirmed the importance of UNSC Resolution 2593, which unequivocally demands that Afghan territory shall not be used for sheltering, training, planning, or financing the terrorist acts, and called for a concentrated action against all terrorist groups, including those which are sanctioned by United Nations Security Council. Leaders in this summit also noted the initiative of which country? Uzbekistan, to hold a high-level international conference on Afghanistan under the auspices of which organization? Shanghai Cooperation Organization, in upcoming month of July 2022. Okay, in where? In Tashkent. Okay, where? In Tashkent. Guys, meanwhile, can you tell me what is the name of joint defense exercise which was conducted by SCO? Name of the joint defense exercise conducted by SCO. First and second, you have to tell me in which year Shanghai 5 was established. In which year Shanghai 5 was established. All right, let's move ahead. Leaders also took note of the Tajikistan's initiative to convene the second high-level international conference for what? Very important, the International Decade for Action, with title Water for Sustainable Development, and the decade is being observed since the year 2018 till the year 2028. Please do remember. All right, International Decade for Action, Water for Sustainable Development, and the decade is being observed from 2018 till the year 2028. And the summit or the conference will be scheduled in June 2022. Venues where? Venues Dushanbe. All right. So guys, ये जितने conference और summits यहाँ पर discuss हुई हैं, ठीक है? उनके venues, उनके name, उनका objective, we must remember. All right, very good. So खुश सो पहला आंसर मेरे को कहां से आया है? लेट मी जस्ट सी. ऑलराइट, सो वेरी गुड. सो इस बारी अगेन फर्स्ट आंसर मोदित से आया है. मोदित गेव द फर्स्ट आंसर, देन भावे, देन अर्चना, निमिषा, खुशी, अक्षता, कुशाल, अगस्त्य, हिमांक, शाश्वत, सिंधुजा, and Daksh have given me the correct answer as peaceful mission. Very good. All right. Next, what they have decided: support of midterm comprehensive review of the implementation of objectives of water decade in 2022, which the venue of which will be New York. The venue of which will be New York. Right? Okay. So next. Leaders also took note of the initiative of the President of Tajikistan to proclaim, guys, very important. अब हमारे current affairs में important days की list में एक और day add होने जा रहा है, that is World Glaciers Day. ठीक है। तो वर्ल्ड ग्लेशियर्स डे का आइडिया किसका है? प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ ताजिकिस्तान का है। एंड 2025 will be proclaimed as International Year for Glaciers. Very important. याद रखना है, ठीक है? All these outcomes are very important. Next, leaders noted the initiative of the Kyrgyz Republic in the field of climate change and advancing the interest of mountainous countries. तो क्या आ गया यहाँ पर? Joint implementation of the United Nations General Assembly resolution proclaiming this year 2022 as the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development. All right, ये सारे facts आपको याद रखने हैं, ठीक है? These are very very important facts. So please do remember, United Nations General Assembly resolution proclaiming 2022 as the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development. किसका आइडिया है? आइडिया है किर्गिस्तान का, ठीक है? All right. Next is both sides and all the leaders, they applauded the significant positive outcomes of the Jubilee SCO summit in 2021 scheduled at Dushanbe, Tajikistan, and expressed full support to Uzbekistan for its ongoing chairmanship of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Also, the leaders supported the Kazakhstan for its current chairmanship of the Conference on Interaction and Confidence Building Measures in Asia, also called as CICA, and organization of 6th CICA Summit in 2022 in its 30th anniversary year. देखो आ गया एक क्वेश्चन हमारा, ठीक है? All right, next, the leaders agreed to hold the next meeting of, obviously because की 2 years में plan है, हर 2 year में एक summit होनी है, तो next India Central Asia की summit कब होगी? It will be organized or scheduled in the year 2024. Guys, with this we come to the end of the first 3 topics that we had to cover. Now let's go and to solve certain important current affairs MCQ. All right, so get set ready. The first question is at your screen. Which of the following airports top the list with 75.7 million passengers in the Airport Council International Assessment of the top 10 busiest airports in the world for 2021? All right, तो पहले मेरे पास जो सबसे पहला आंसर आया that is from Himang. So Himang, Ali, Agast, Sindhuja, Mudit, Hasika, Akshata, Achal, Nimisha, Devyani, Khushi, Shashwat, Gargi, Samriddhi, Tanmay, Amisha. Absolutely correct answer. Option number A, Atlanta International Airport, है ना? Atlanta International Airport, Georgia, United States of America. Guys, can you tell me which airport was designated as the best international airport of the world? Best international airport कौन सा है? Meanwhile, I'll jump to the question number 2. Which day is marked as Siachen Day by Indian Army to commemorate the bravery of Operation Meghdoot? Guys, Operation Meghdoot, Siachen Day. Is it 12th April? Is it 13th April? Is it 14th April? Or is it 15th April? Hanji. Very good. So पहला आंसर मेरे पास आया from, let me just see. Yes, so first answer I got from Preet. Very good, Preet. And then after that, Gargi, Samriddhi, Shashwat, Hasika, Kushal, Devyani, Anchal, Tanmay, Riya, Akshata, Vrinda and Sindhuja ने बिल्कुल correct answer दिया है. Answer is 13th of April. Guys, can you tell me, Operation Meghdoot was launched as a counter operation to which Pakistani military operation to occupy Siachen Glacier? पाकिस्तान ने कौन सा मिलिट्री ऑपरेशन लॉन्च करा था टू ऑक्यूपाई सियाचिन, जिसके काउंटर में हमने ऑपरेशन मेघदूत लॉन्च किया? पहला आंसर आया मेरे पास फ्रॉम जोया. वेरी गुड जोया. अक्षिता, मुदित, Sindhuja, Bhave, Ame, Agast, right? Absolutely correct. Gargi, Samriddhi, Hasika, Nimisha, Shashwat, Archana, Tanmay, Khushi, Achal, Daksh and Akshata. Bilkul. Absolutely correct answer hai. The correct answer is Operation Ababi, right? Operation Ababi. Very good. All right. Next, guys. Recently, Government of India launched Indo-Pak Seema Darshan project. We have to validate these statements, and we have to validate these statements, and we have to find which of these statements are correct. Which of these statements are correct? First, the project is being launched in the Nada Bed district on Indo-Pak border in Gujarat, Banaskantha district. True or false? If you know about this. Rather, I'll ask you to just give me the final answer of this question. First statement, मैंने बता दिया. Second statement, goal is to allow citizens to watch lives and activities of BSF officers on our border. And third, that the State Tourism Department is developing the border into a tourist attraction location at 125 crore rupees. Very good. पहला आंसर मेरे पास अली ने दिया था. अली, सिंधुजा, तन्मय, समृद्धि, अगस्त, निमिषा, गार्गी, शाश्वत, Daksh, Aanchal and Akshata. Absolutely correct. Guys, what is the final answer of this question? Very good. पहला आंसर आया मेरे पास रिया से. Riya gave me the first correct answer. Then Sindhuja, Agast, Tanmay, nahi, Tanmay, no. Riya, Agast, Sindhuja, Samriddhi, Akshata, Nimisha, Gargi, Aanchal, Ali, Mudit, Devyani, Devansh ka answer absolutely correct. Yes, option number D. All of the above are correct. All of the above are correct. Guys, please do remember the expected revenue that we are going to attract with this Seema Darshan project. Very importantly, कौन सा district है? Banaskantha district. कौन सा state है? Gujarat, near Nada Bed region. All right, and the idea is to give a glimpse of the BSF officers 24 hours activity or life. All right. To the Indian citizens. All right, next. On which day UNESCO marked International Day of Reflection on 1994 genocide against the Tutsis in Rwanda? 4th of April, 5th of April, 6th of April, or 7th of April? What is the right answer? All right, this time I got the first answer from Karuvi, right? First answer मिल गया मेरे को. Very good. Absolutely correct. So everybody has responded correctly. Yes, it is 7th of April. 7th of April. Right? Option number D is the correct answer. So all of you have given me the correct answer. All right, guys, next. Consider the following statements regarding an initiative which was recently in news known as Curie Initiative, which stands for the Consolidation of University Research for Innovation and Excellence in Women Universities. So you have to give me the final answer of this question. Final answer. Give me the final answer of this question. It aims to bring together women scientists and researchers across the world to solve problems of rural women in India. Statement number 2 says it has been launched by Ministry of Education. All right. सो हमें करेक्ट आंसर, करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स कौन से हैं वो मार्क करना है। और इंटरेस्टिंगली अब जाकर मेरे पास पहला करेक्ट आंसर आया है फ्रॉम भावे। रेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू हैव रिस्पॉन्डेड इनकरेक्टली। स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 इज फॉल्स। ओके, स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 इज फॉल्स। यहां देखो, यहां फोकस करना है। इंडिया में जो विमेन यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, ठीक है, उसमें जो रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट का प्रेमिस है उसको प्रमोट करना है। दैट इज द आइडिया ऑफ दिस क्यूरी इनिशिएटिव। नॉट कि हम विमेन साइंटिस्ट एंड रिसर्चर्स अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड को कॉल अपॉन करेंगे फॉर सॉल्विंग द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ रूरल women. That makes statement number 1 false. Second statement is also false. Statement number 2 is also false. Why? Because it was not launched by Ministry of Education, rather it was launched by, हाँ जी, प्रीत का करेक्ट आंसर आ गया मेरे पास, launched by Department of Science and Technology and not Ministry of Education. Got it guys? Please do remember, Curie initiative Department of Science and Technology का initiative है to expand the scope to promote the research and development and innovation sphere in women universities of India. All right. So Ministry of Women का initiative नहीं है, Ministry of Education का भी initiative नहीं है, तो इसका correct answer हो जाएगा neither 1 nor 2, option number D. All right, guys, next question. अभी आप समझ रहे होंगे कि ये क्यों क्वेश्चन आ रहा है। ये क्वेश्चन आ रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ इंडोनेशिया, राइट? सो कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स रिगार्डिंग नेशनल मिशन ऑन ऑयल सीड्स एंड ऑयल पाम। हाँ जी, scheme aims to raise the domestic production of palm oil by 3 times to 11 lakh metric tons by 2025 and 2026, which is the target year. And statement number 2 says scheme gives special emphasis to India's Tarai region and Lakshadweep Islands for palm cultivation. You have to give me the correct answer, final answer to this question. Give me the final answer. एक भी करेक्ट आंसर नहीं आया अभी तक, एक भी करेक्ट आंसर नहीं आया अभी तक। No, it's not C. It's not both 1 and 2. Both are not correct. Both are not correct. Both are not correct. Statement number 1 is correct. Statement number 1 is absolutely correct, but statement number 2 is false. The scheme gives special emphasis not to the India's Tarai region. Okay. Rather, the focus is which region, guys? Northeast. National Bamboo Mission, Northeast. और लक्षद्वीप आइलैंड हमारा टारगेट एरिया नहीं है। हमारा टारगेट एरिया स्कीम में है अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड्स। ऑलराइट, अंडमान एंड निकोबार आइलैंड्स। सो स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 इज करेक्ट, स्टेटमेंट नंबर 2 is false. That makes the correct answer, the correct option is what? The correct option is, which is 1 only, option number A. 1 only, option number A. Right? Okay, all right. Now let's move to the next question. Guys, because of coal crisis, this question is at your screen. Please give me the final answer. So statement number 1 says coal-based power generation accounts for about 80% of India's total power capacity as of March 2022. And statement number 2 says India is the 4th largest producer of coal in the world. Guys, give me the final answer. We have to choose the correct statements. So Hasika का पहला आंसर आया, but it is not correct. Second answer I got from Ali. But I'm afraid it is also incorrect. एक भी करेक्ट आंसर नहीं आया अभी तक, नॉट इवन अ सिंगल करेक्ट आंसर। पहला करेक्ट आंसर आया मेरे पास फ्रॉम कुणाल, सेकंड करेक्ट आंसर इज फ्रॉम सिंधुजा। ऑल राइट हसिका, ऑल राइट ऑल राइट ऑल राइट, ओके ओके ओके। नेक्स्ट आंसर फ्रॉम प्रीत, निमिषा, समृद्धि, भावे, दक्ष का करेक्ट आंसर है अभी तक। Statement number 1 is also false. Statement number 2 is also false. All right. The correct answer is none of these. India's total power capacity में मार्च 2022 में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के अकॉर्डिंग इसकी कंट्रीब्यूशन कोल बेस्ड पावर की कंट्रीब्यूशन कितनी हो गई है? 53%। इट्स नॉट 80%, 70% भी नहीं है, 53% है। ठीक है, एज पर द गवर्नमेंट डेटा। And India is not the fourth largest producer of coal in the world. Rather, India is the second largest producer of the coal in the world. Second largest producer. ठीक है जी? So please do remember this. All right. None of these is the correct answer. Next guys, बहुत easy सा question है, जल्दी से बता दीजिए. Which of the following countries are part of the Tapi pipeline project? Give me the final answer. बहुत easy सा question है. Give me the final answer. Very good. First correct answer from Kunal, then from Ali, Mudit, Sindhuja, Archana, Ryan, Preet, Akshita, Sindhuja, Samriddhi, Bhave, Nimisha, Shashwat, Akshata, Tanmay, then Hasika, Achal, Divyang, Devansh, Khushi, Gargi, Ami. Yes, absolutely correct. So the correct answer is option number D, that is 1, 4 and 5, 6, right? 1, 4 and 5, 6. All right, let's quickly move to the next question. Anji, which of the following has become the first country in the world to give legal rights to wild animals? Guys, which of the following has become the first country in the world to give legal rights to wild animals? This time I got the first correct answer from Agastya, then from Karuvi, then somebody named as Last King. All right, Zoya, Agastya, Imama, and we have Archana, Hasika, Preet, and rest everybody, right? So Amisha, Sindhuja, Devyani, Bhave, Ame, है ना, Gargi. All right. Yes. So the correct answer is Ecuador. Ecuador. All right. Guys, can you tell me which high court in India gave the living status to Mother Nature? बहुत easy सा question है. Chat box में respond कर दीजिए. All right, now come to this. Consider the following statements regarding 5GI, not 5G, but 5GI. What is 5GI? It is a joint collaboration between IIT Hyderabad and Madras. It uses millimeter wave technology to provide high-speed internet connectivity. It offers more range at lower frequency, which is opposite of 5G. Give me the final answer to this. Very good, right? So Zoya gave me the first correct answer. After that, followed by Ali, Aanchal, Shashwat, Samriddhi, Bhave, Himang, Preet, Akshata, Ame, Palak. Yes, all of you. Right, Gargi ने भी correct answer दिया. हाँ जी. So इस ये specific question में the first correct answer I got from Tanmay, right? If I'm not wrong. Then from August, Ali, Last king, Tanmay, Samriddhi, Gargi, Akshata, and Palak. Right. What is 5GI? 5GI is the Indian standard, uh, domestic standardization of the 5G. Yes, it offers more range at a lower frequency, which is opposite of 5G technology. All right. And it was a joint collaboration between IIT Hyderabad and Madras. Guys, next question. With reference to very important Ken Betwa river linking project, consider the following statements and इसका मुझे आप final answer बताओगे. Final answer. What is the final answer to this? It is the first major centrally driven river interlinking project in the country. Both these rivers are the tributaries of river Ganga. The projects will partly submerge the Kanha Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. All right, let me see कि पहला आंसर किसका आया है, which is correct. So this time I got the first correct answer from, let me see, which student has given me the first correct answer. So this time it was Archana who gave me the first correct answer, followed by Zoya, Kshitij, then Devyani, sorry, not Devyani, but Himang. All right, Himang gave me the correct answer, followed by Bhave gave me the correct answer. Kunal gave me the correct answer. Right. क्या है देखो, statement number 1 is absolutely correct. It is India's first major centrally driven river interlinking project. All right, this is absolutely correct. Both these rivers are not the tributaries of Ganga, rather river Yamuna. Then the project will partly submerge not the Kanha Tiger Reserve, but the Panna Tiger Reserve. That was responded by Archana, Preet, and Akshita. Very good. All right. So इसका correct answer हो जाएगा 1 only. Option number A. All right. So guys, this was it for today's session. Hope so you got to know about many important facts relevant for our exams. All right. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Do keep revising, stay safe, and all the best with your preparation. See you in next session.